Hi, this is Dr. Susan Raj. I'm a BSc nurse by profession, Masters in Social Work with Medical and Psychiatry, and I've got conferred with Doctorate in Humanities. And I am a specialist in behavior, human behavior, and I have focused on a special human behavior, that is use and throw behavior. And at the same time, I am also a certified chlorine dioxide practitioner in India. And today I am going to talk to you about one subject which is again connected to use and throw behavior of human beings. And that is, I am going to focus with a term called balance. We all have heard that balance is a thing which everyone needs to achieve in their life, whether it is planet Earth, it is balancing in the space, it has got negative pole, positive pole, everywhere you can see this balancing. And today I am going to focus on balancing with two terms where our behavior can be such that it will produce a lot of good around us. There are two types of balancing I am focusing about. One, I would like everyone to do it, and other one, I would like everyone to forget about it. And you will be wondering what it is. Okay, there are so many balancing, but I am focusing on two. Remember that. First is balancing between the good and bad. Don't do it. And second thing, balancing between your rights and your responsibilities and duties. Okay? Now, you might have thought, what is the difference in that? Yeah, there is a lot. In the human history, whatever we remember from the past till today, we have seen that we struggle between good and bad. And we try to balance between good and bad. Every time we balance between good and bad, the outcome is going to be hypocrisy, and therefore there will be injustice, and therefore there will be definitely biases. These three are the outcome, triangle outcome of the balancing between good and bad. Why hypocrisy? What is hypocrisy? Hypocrisy is you are pretending, you look good, you talk good, but inside you are different. A very dangerous position, because if that kind of character is there in a leadership position, then definitely a group is going to have rejected people 100%. And the moment you have rejected people, there is no point in reconciling, because they think that rejected things should be thrown out. So human beings are thrown out from their group, saying that is not following the rules, so reject. Permanent rejection. A permanent rejection will finally ultimately create poverty. First it starts with the poverty of spirit, and then definitely it is manifested in the poverty of material. And after some time, you are not able to pay for your house rent, your food, your clothing, your education, then you no more have a shelter, you're out, and that is called destitution. And after destitution comes prostitution, where everyone will use you and use you for their own benefits, and you learn to survive, and that is called prostitution. And another group dynamic is formed, that is what is called the criminal world. So a group dynamics where everyone is nurtured to a group dynamics which creates trouble continuously. It is a vicious cycle that is produced by balancing between good and bad. Now, what is the second one? Second one is the balancing between your rights and responsibilities. We get some rights by the nature, we get some rights by our own communities. So the rights which we receive from the nature is what? It is our 5 elements which are given by God to us. That is our seswa, or I would say the soil, energy, space, water and air. These are the basic vital elements by which all the living beings survive on this planet. They are given to us by our right, because God has created us, so He has provided, but with a responsibility. We must maintain the quality of these 5 elements around us. And every time you maintain a balance between these two, there is always going to be a greater satisfaction and joy coming around you, because when I am using the oxygen in my air and giving back the carbon dioxide, I will always design to make sure that enough plants and plantations are there around me. I take responsibility. My engineering design will change. I will start making terrace gardens, and every engineer will make sure that their designs of toilet, their designs of kitchen, their designs of bathrooms are such that it will not send back a contaminated water or send back the contamination in the air by any means, and their designs will be absolutely different than what we see today. And when it comes to our group dynamics, within the group, what is our right? Within the group, our right is our food, clothing, shelter and education. Why? Because the people who are given birth to us, they never asked us, but they provided us everything. So it is their responsibility to provide it. Till when? Till you learn to take the entire responsibility. So what? Our education system need to change and create this system of giving responsibility. Every child, every human should know from where my food comes. Then entire design will change. I will not focus on developing the space shuttle. I will more focus on developing our agriculture, which will not destroy the soil, but it will replenish it. Sustainability will come in that. And there is nothing called waste in God's creation. And when we fulfill the balance between the rights and responsibility, there is no hypocrisy. There's no space for hypocrisy, because you are using oxygen, you are giving back carbon dioxide, and you are ensuring that the oxygen level maintained for everybody. So you will not cut the tree down when you are designing something for your own conveniences. Good. So I hope you understand this. And what we need today to get awakened, that stop balancing between good and bad. That is not required anymore, because we have created enough problems for the world. Our environment is gone, the consequences is coming back to us. God's law is not going to change, the gravity is not going to change, but our response to every law needs to be changed. We have to take responsibility, not wasting our time in creating balance between good and bad. No, that is a useless and fruitless efforts. What is a judiciary system, the RO and every facility we have created around us? It is to cope up with our own mistakes of balancing between good and bad. We have created dams in our rivers and stopped water for the downtowns, and they have to migrate towards where water is stopped for them, whereas God has created water system, canal system naturally everywhere, and here we are creating artificial canals to reach the water to the farmers. Oh, what a foolish way of managing our economy. I hope I have triggered your thought, and do continuously think about it, and do challenge this statement of stop balancing between good and bad, and continue and always balance between your rights and responsibilities only, and it will bring true happiness and joy, and there is no hypocrisy anymore inside within us, and we can make a change. We can correct the mistakes which our forefathers have done. Thank you very much for listening to me. This is Susan Raj once again. See you again tomorrow.